Wait. Notifications. Go away. Yeah. Hi. Where am I? I'm here. Hi. Hello, Evelyn. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Did everyone watch the live stream yesterday? I watched bits of it. I'm not a big fan of those reveal live streams. I kind of just like waiting for it to go on the website first. Oh, but new! Oh my gosh, so much new Eldar Corsair stuff. If you don't know, I've got an Eldar army, and I built mine to be Corsairs. And I'm hoping they get like an updated rule that allows you to put characters into the units beyond Prince Uriel. Because, oh my goodness, the fact that I can't put any characters into a Corsair unit is honestly quite annoying. I don't want to get Guardian squads. I want to have a Farseer, but I don't want a Guardian squad. I do have some Howling Banshees, mind you, but that's because they came with a combat patrol. Not a big fan of Howling Banshees. Oh. But yeah, there's like new Swooping Hawks. I was thinking about maybe getting Swooping Hawks in the future because I do like them and I always kind of wanted them just for metal models and, you know, metal sorts. Well, I actually like metal in a lot of things, but working with metal with super glue and stuff, not very fun. Where's the Handcam? Here we are, Handcam. Hi. Big love heart. Here's a Tyrannid. So if you don't know my Tyrannids, which there's been a lot of new viewers since we actually last had a painting stream. So here's my Tyrannids. This is a colour scheme I'm going for. I experimented quite a lot with the Tyrannids. So I've got a few painted up that aren't quite as good. Because I used this colour originally, Dawn Yellow. Because I was going for like yellow and pink, pastel yellow, pastel pink. But I just couldn't get it looking how I wanted. Eventually, this wasn't my original vision, but I kind of liked it. And I was trying to figure out how we did it. I forgot I had Averland Sunset. I thought I used Iodine Yellow, but no, I used Averland Sunset. And it gets this really nice yellow colour. It's Averland Sunset, a bit of Agrax Earthshade, a bit of Nastreg Yellow, and then over again with Averland Sunset, and it gives this really nice yellow colour. If you're thinking what the blue is, it's literally just the same way that you do Power Swords. It's this blue with this. But there's also, I think, outdoor blue along here as well to do some of the smoothing out. Hi, Seradwin. For this stuff, I think it's the Gene Stealer Purple for the that stuff. And then I basically just dry brush some Dawnstone Grey over it and then put some Magos Purple onto it, mostly into the corners to give it that shiny effect. And that is... Oh, wait, it's not. It's... Oh, there's another blue. It begins with C. Very similar to Outdoor Blue. Cowgar Blue, maybe. I think this is Cowgar Blue going into the Gene Stealer Purple on these tendrils. I think it was nice. We copied a bit how they do it. Yeah, this is meant to be my Neurolictor conversion I did. But that's what we're trying to do for these guys. It's been a while since we've... Magnets! It's been a while since we've last painted. And I wanted to get more painting done off stream. But unfortunately, my headache and my everything else... We've been dizzy and having headaches. Painting is not very easy. But since then, I've got new glasses. And I am on some meds. I am on some meds now. So hopefully it's going to help. Oh yeah, we didn't do for arm on these guys either. All we've done is for dry brushing. But yeah, the main goal at the moment, I think, is just go over with Averland Sunset on everybody. That doesn't have it on yet. Maybe do... I'm thinking maybe mix it with not Nastrag yellow, but instead this iodine yellow. And then go back over with Averland Sunset. I think that might work well. Not sure. But before I want to do any of that, how's everyone's weekend been? How's your Fridays? How was your Friday? How was your Saturday? Oh, but before this, look at this! Look at all this, the previews! Oh, but yeah, have you seen Perty Turbo? Perty Turbo may be coming. I'm thinking it's going to be Perty Turbo here. A new Iron Warrior stuff. I'm imagining Iron Warrior upgrade sprue, same with the Corsairs. That's a bit broken, isn't it? Yeah, I'm imagining Iron Warrior upgrade, so you work Friday through Monday. No! Well, that means your weekend is Tuesday to Thursday. Is that your weekend? Bet you the shops are less busy. Oh, looks like there might also be some sort of like new tech priesty character. Maybe for the Iron Warriors. I'm thinking like these might be part of Perty Turbo stuff. I could imagine it. Oh. Yes. Yeah. And also, what shouldn't be controversial but for some reason is, look, there's new Custodes. We finally got this thing in plastic. And a new Custody Contemptor. And honestly, I really like the new models. I'm kind of tempted to get them. Like, they look much more like how I imagine Custodes. You know, tall, powerful. Their armor's way more, like, detailed. But it doesn't feel like it's over-the-top detail. And considering everything is meant to be gold, it doesn't feel like you need a lot of work into painting all those details. But they look pretty cool. That looks silly though. On his head. Oh, look at them. Look at them. Oh yeah, have you seen something super cool? Where are they? Oh no, that's not them. These, look at the sword. Look at the hilt. It's magazines. It's magazines. Like, do you know, for guns. Like, there's a gun on the hilt that goes shooting down, you know, these things here. And that must be really hard to aim. Like, you'd have to put your wrist at a really weird angle to aim that properly. I guess you just stab someone and then you shoot them with a bolt gun at point blank. But yeah, the crossguard is just bolt gun magazines. Can't wait to paint my own golden girls. Yeah, and hello Denizen of Misery. Hello Tiny Grey Archive. Iron Warriors guy could also be fit as an obliterator. Yeah, I'm not sure if I would do new obliterators though. Just because they've already got the obliterator. Unless we're going to release a new Venom Crawler as well. But yeah. I mean, they're not as ugly as I'd like. One of the things I don't get about Warhammer sometimes is for like Space Marines are transhuman, they're super ugly. Except for Emperor's Children and Blood Angels. But they're super ugly, and then we take off the masks and they're like stereotypically handsome. And the same is meant to be for Custodes to some extent. But instead they just kind of look like it looks like just a Roman dude's head or something. I do like this new thing though. Finally coming out in plastic. About blooming time! I like the turret. What's that on the old one? That turret. New Contemptor. The new Contemptor looks really cool actually. Like it looks unique. It feels like a custody thing rather than just these genetic super soldiers. Why wouldn't the Emperor max stats on his own sons to each their own? It's because in the lore they're constantly described as super ugly. Like, to look upon a space marine, it like makes your skin crawl. That's how they've often been described. The main exceptions is Emperor's Children and Blood Angels, who literally just have maxed out stats into appearance. And they look more angelic. But even then, they feel uncanny looking at them. You're meant to get like an uncanny vibe from them. But with the Space Marines especially, it's like, especially by the time you get to 40k, where they've been modded even more. And you can see this with some of the faces and stuff on the models, like they really do go all in into making them look gritty and weird. But it's like, do you know those really boxy heads you see in the old art and stuff, and do like veins and... It's meant to look weird. It's like, do you know when you see people who've taken steroids for entire life and so on, and they just look... It messes the faces up and stuff. That's kind of generally... Okay, do they still have the Custodes here? I want to compare them. Contemptor Dreadnought. Yeah, that's what they were using before. This looks silly. Yeah, I never liked the old Custody models. They looked very silly. They looked too bulky. They didn't look very detailed. But they didn't look bulky in like, you know, super soldier sort of bulky. They looked just bulky as in... Just kind of mad. I don't like these Terminators though. But where do... Oh yeah, here's a Custody Contemptor, that's Western. Yeah, it doesn't look that unique or cool compared to the new Contemptor. Like, that feels so much more unique. Space Marines are often described to be ugly because GW can't make proper faces even now. I disagree with that. Repeat of friendship and hugs in the millennium of good times. I don't know, like... If we look at the Guardsmen... We can look at the Guardsmen, yeah. They've got relatively newer models. Astra Militarum. Like, if we look at these guys... How is the faces? I mean, I don't think the faces are the worst thing ever. Like, that face is perfectly fine to me. That one looks fine. This
Friendship
one
is magic,
just
and magic
gone.
is heresy.
Friendship is magic. Yeah, friendship is... No, magic's not a heresy. Yeah, these three faces I feel like are fine. This one feels a bit odder. I also think it depends on the paint scheme. Like, I've seen people who paint really well and they make the faces look really, really good. What about these guys? Hi, Anthony. Yeah, I don't think the faces are bad. The really good faces, I think, for non-Vecinos, like the new Eldar model. Where is she? Over here. She looks cool. Oh wait. Oh! Spin! Spin! Spinny! Yeah. And what about for Archon, who's meant to look all crazy and weird? I thought they stopped doing the spinny spins. I think the faces are fine. I think that for Space Marines, they purposely lean into the fact that they're meant to look a bit weird. I'm a sanctioned psycho, my beloved said reality can be whatever I wish. Yeah! What else is there? I also really like the League of Photon faces. I thought they did like on this kit over here. Not that kit. Where's the warriors? Here we go. The Halfkin warriors. I thought the faces for Halfkin warriors are pretty good. Yeah. And I do think they all look stylized and a bit weird, but they're meant to be stylized and a bit weird. So, I don't know. But I don't think these faces look bad. But that being said, they're wearing masks, so the mouth, you don't see the mouth. You don't see half of the face. Most of the face. But I think there's always meant to be a thing, because like in the old drawings and stuff of Space Marines, they're always kind of, yeah, this kind of thing of him looking weird. It's kind of purposeful. And even the more modern drawings and art, the Space Marines always kind of look odd. I would show it. But, oh, wait. We had a new thing for the Grey Knight art. The Grey Knight art. Where is it? Here we go. Grey Knights through the years. Oh. Oh. Can we see any cool faces here? Not really. And he looks all weird. I think they kind of just went against that. Like, the only times I see them really leaning into the transhuman terror or the transhuman dread that a Space Marine is meant to give a person by looking at them is things like the Iron Warriors now. Sometimes you hear about the Imperial Fists and like the fact that the heads are all way too square. And sometimes like the Black Templars. But it's mostly things like the, not, you know, the Iron Hands, not Iron Warriors. Iron Hands, Space Wolves, those types of ones. The rest of them, especially Ultramarines, have been leaning a lot more into making them more attractive looking. Like, look at his weird face here. But I don't know. Banana, hi, Vince Valkadar. I really do like the new... Ooh, new custodians, your questions answered. Yes, some of the new miniatures are female. Is this a new thing? Well, yes and no. Yeah, whatever. Have you changed the law? Space Marines, yes. Law-wise, Space Marines are made for the human males, willing aspirants or unwilling conscripts of a cusp of adolescence. They are subjected to a series of horrific trials, and the strongest emerges as remorseless killers. Their humanity stripped away so they can serve as a living weapon in the Emperor's armies, or no female Adeptus Astartes. You've heard of a new Ultramar squad coming out with a legend himself? Yeah, Titus and his new squad. For like 50 quid. Or is it like more like 60 quid for the squad? It's insane. Custodes are not Space Marines. They never were. Other than the obvious point that they are both towering gene-enhanced warriors, the similarities pretty much stop there. Custodes are taken as infants and recrafted by ancient science. The process is arcane and bespoke to each individual. The Emperor himself retained oversight of the process, at least until the whole Horus Heresy thing went down. But aren't they made for sons of Terran noble houses? Some of them are, yes. The Emperor is all about symbolism and authority, so those pre-unification patriarchal houses that passed their kingdoms down to firstborn sons had... Sorry. I just got to move this over here so I can read it better. Right, does that change the... Oh, it does! Every time I move it, it changes the scale of it. Okay, never mind then. Had their sons taken and remade as guardians of the Emperor. That is still true. But that was not the only source of recruitment. Other methods might have been equally overt, others far more secretive. Noble daughters could have been taken at some point you run out of noble houses. Even after you've conquered all of Terra, the inexorable war machine of Imperium still requires constant churn of recruits. Oh yeah, the first time Titus appeared on play on tabletop, he literally just wrecks 1,000 suns like it's nothing. Wait, he did on the tabletop? I thought he wasn't that great. Like his model. Stats for the first character. I mean, the new character is amazing. How different are the male and female Custodes? All Custodes, male or female, embody the pinnacle of the genetic and cellular engineering the Emperor employed in creating his armies. They are all flawless creations, pushed beyond the limit of human potential. There is no difference in combat efficiency between a male and female custodian. Could I be a Custodes when I grow up? No. If you can read this, you're already too old, sorry. No! Now, don't worry. Don't worry. Just pray to one of the dark gods and he can become, you know, a demon prince or something. Oh yeah, they've released a new Fellblade with a Falkite turret now. Whirlwind missiles for Horus Heresy. Yeah, pretty cool stuff, pretty cool stuff. Keep in mind that against moving the King of Shenanigans and Mr. Doombolt to the face. He took a Doombolt to the face. Oh no. But yeah, I really like the new models. It's about time this one came in plastic. It's about time they got their own proper Custody Dread in plastic. I think the range refresh was definitely needed. Even though it's not as old as some other refreshes. Just because I think the old Custodes looked really kind of meh, especially next to the Primaris. The Custodes are... Even actually compared to like the newer Horus Heresy models, they look a bit too small. But yeah, this makes them look very unique. It makes them feel separated from Space Marines. And makes them feel, you know, just bigger, faster, more agile and elegant than Space Marines as well. Rather than just raw, brute power that these Space Marines kind of employ. Well, the Space Marines are also agile and fast and stuff. But these guys make them feel slow. This is also cool. Yeah, I really like this model. I really like these winged guys. I can imagine a lot of people might try converting these into, do you know, for new sanguinary guard, do you know, for blood angels. Because these are so cool. Like, this is what the sanguinary guard feels like it should be. These are only for 30k. No, they're both for both. They're like normal, they're like for custodies currently. All of them can be used in, like, look at 40k custodies right now. It's all of these things. And if you look at Horus Heresy custodies, oh, wrong one.
Oh hey look, new Blood Angels models in my Custodes announcement. Marines stay winning.
Yeah, Legio custodies, it's the exact same models. But for some extra ones for 30k. But no, this is basically a range refresh for custodies. So like you'll see this Dreadnought is getting replaced and it will be used in 40k and 30k. This thing's getting replaced again, just like it can currently be used in 40k and 30k. It'll be used in both. These guys are getting replaced and they can be used in both. I don't think these... Do these actually exist in 40k at the moment? They did say that some of them will get instant rules. So basically just use rules as they currently are in 40k. Because they're literally just one-for-one replacements. Other models that don't currently have a one-for-one will get new rules. But it won't be immediately. That's what they said. So yeah, you're going to see a bunch of these models will probably disappear then as these guys come in. I also like, it looks like something from Star Wars, this one. Like how it is designed here. You play from on tabletop. Oh. If they do custodies, doesn't have a legends section. Yeah. So, it's pretty cool stuff. What I was really excited for, though, is... Oh, actually, not this, but this is really cool stuff. Oh my gosh. Give him 5 highs! Give him 5 highs! Disciples, this is really cool stuff, this terrain kit here. Oh, I love that. Also, look! Look! 40k got more demons box set. Actually looks like quite a cool box set. Kairos, Flamers, pretty much everything you want for a Siege army. And also, another 40k box set, another Combat Patrol for 40k. Oh, look at this, another regiment of another 40k. Oh, look, a new Eldar model. Another Eldar model. Okay, I don't know how to turn this into Eldar. Exodite Eldar models. New magic stuff. Oh my god, demons! But not new demons, it's just new battle forces. Some of our models disappearing from the rules wouldn't be a huge deal, I'll be honest. Some of them are a bit redundant with bad rules. Yeah. I was looking at the custodies and a lot of it did feel kind of redundant. A lot of the units didn't feel like they were unique enough for one another. But hopefully with some new rules it might do. But where am I? Here we go. Here's the new Eldar stuff. I'm probably going to get this box set. New Viper. One of the things I really wasn't expecting from this. New Viper. I really love the design of the new Viper as well. Like, if we look at the current Viper, if it's still here, because sometimes we do get rid of them pretty quickly off the site, even though it might be weeks away. That's a Warlock. Star Reavers. Here we go. Here's our old Viper. Kind of terrible kit. 25 quid. Which I think is still overpriced of this. But yeah, it's kind of a bit meh. Here's the new kit. I'm not sure how an Eldar pilot's fitting in here, but you know, or Eldar gunner. But yeah, at least he's got some protection now. You know, for not just being shot. There's a thin piece of plastic between them and the enemy. I'm wondering if we can have bigger guns on it now. Like, this is just machine gun, basically, whatever it was. Splint shuriken cannon. This looks like it might be a bright lance. Shuriken cannon underneath. Oh yeah, different weapons. That's cool. Yeah. Really nice. This is the new Corsair thing for Eldritch Raiders. The Viper is a perfect vehicle. Or the Corsair's personalized Starfangs mounted with deadly Drukhari. Oh, Drukhari weapons on this. Oh, that's nice. We're also re-releasing the Void Guard as not to kill team anymore. Well, one thing I am thinking is it looks like they're missing some of the models. Like, I don't see in here the psychic one, and I don't see the one with a bird. Like, if we look at it compared to the current Void Scarred kit, just kind of ruined my base on my Ingdrasta. Gonna have to redo it. No! How did you ruin it? Like, painted it wrong. Okay, where's the Corsairs? Rangers. I kind of want some Rangers. Oh wait, have they taken them down now already? Okay, I think they did. I think they did. Yeah, I don't see any Corsairs here. Let's just Google Corsair, not Google, search. Corsair. No. Oh gosh. Crack an eye, Corsair. Yeah, so there are a couple of characters you can build with a current kit, for a current kill team. One has a bird, which basically ignores cover, or your entire unit. Or your entire unit gets an ignores cover special rule. And the other is a Psyker, who can do some extra damage. But it looks like they may be gone now. Also, I don't see a Wraith Cannon here at all. Or whatever it was. So I'm not sure, because often when they do take something out of kill team and put it into normal stuff, there'll often be a sprue that will be missing. I'd be sad if they're gone, but yeah, new character. Bar series type character here. A Void Dreamer. And the new bird boys. New bird boys and gals. New birdie Eldar. They look cool. I like them. They look like Swooping Hawks. But they're melee specialists. Are Swooping Hawks? They're shooty specialists, aren't they? Yeah, Swooping Hawks are shooty shoots. These dudes are stabby stabs. And slashy slash. I'm not a big fan of that helmet. Is that a Dark Eldar wearing a Spirit Stone on their head? Is that what that's meant to be? Then new Prince Uriel. That's pretty cool. And you get in the Battle Force 2 boxes of those dudes, both of the characters. Box of the new kill, well, for Corsair's re-release, and for Viper. Based on current prices of stuff, that's 2 boxes of 40, that's 80, 25, 105, 24 for each character, 153, and what were they for a kill team? So I think that's like 42 quid. So it's fine. It's fair, I guess. Yeah, that'll be about 40 quid, I'm guessing, when they release. Laser cane here are £49.50, so maybe £45. There's 80 or 125. Yeah, I'm not sure how much this is going to cost, but I'm guessing it'll be about £30-ish for the Viper, maybe 35. I'm only guessing. It'd be hard to know. And then you got the new Corsair stuff. New Year preview. Enter the Lair of a Tyrant. Oh, the new Maelstrom box set. So out of 500 worlds is going on in one part of the galaxy. It looks like we get to the Maelstrom in the other part of the galaxy. Oh, and who knew? Dark Eldar getting a new battle force. Not battle. Is this a battle force? Yeah, it looks like a battle force. Because this looks too big to be a combat patrol. It's got 2 of these, a squad of them, a squad of witches, and a squad of bikers. And a character. Normally it's a character, like a battle line unit, and then 2 other units, so... 2 other units, yeah. Then you got the Forest of... But this one looks like a combat patrol. Character, 3 units. Character, 5 units. Oh gosh, it's hard to know. Xeno means Drukari. Well, who knew? Who knew? How expensive is that for? £29.50. £21.50. So that's £51. £82.50. Plus, which £80.50, £99, and then 2 of them. £99. Okay, I guess it makes sense. Like, without these 2 things, that's just £99 right there. So I'm guessing this is literally a combat patrol, £105. But it's definitely not Battle Force prices. It's not even coming close to a price if you just bought all the models by themselves. That's interesting though. That seems like a really good box. You've had the Homunculi box, currently Combat Patrol, so this would be a good one if you want to build a witch army. This looks like a really good box as well because it has 2 steel pin, which are really, really good. The new strategist character. I've been some pioneers. I don't know if they're any good or not. Not a big fan of them personally. But look at this. Apparently this is going to release as a box set by itself, but this character here, Herman Blackheart, will be... You'll be able to buy him separately as well after the initial box set release. I really like this character over here. Don't really care about this character. I think they kind of look a bit generic. This character looks okay. This character should have been a... Have you seen the Chaos Space Marines are getting Xenos auxiliaries before the Tau? Oh yeah, the new Battle Force looks cool. They've got a... Look at that cool hairstyle. Look at him emo maxing. Oh, so that's a cool face for him. Look at dumb emo maxing over here. What are you, Raven Guard? Night Lords. Oh gosh. They look really cool though. I do like them. Wait, is this a new box set? Is this like a new... I thought it was just they had a Red Corsair upgrade kit. But no, this actually looks like a new unit. Yeah, because this is definitely a new unit. These are Imperial 40k bolt guns, just with symbols taken off. But not in proper Chaos armor entirely. Some of it is. Some of it is more Imperial though. Definitely not Legionnaire stuff, especially that backpack. Oh, you can tell that they're made using various types of armor. I like the detail of the extra. Like this is what, Mark II, Mark III backpack there. That looks more like it's straight from a Phobos Marine, that backpack. It's a Marine Hammer. It's a Marine Hammer.
It's
Hi,
Marine
Sparky.
Hammer 40k.
Hi, Erland. It's Marine Hammer 40k. Yeah. The piece wearing a glove. But yeah, for Red Corsair Raid, it's a whole new plastic kit. Yeah, whole new plastic kit. I didn't realise that. And show off different sides of the Chaos coin. I feel like if you combine this with a Night Lord upgrade kit, basically, you could make some really cool Night Lord models. They represent Space Marines that have turned against the Imperium without the aid of the Dark Gods. Oh, without the aid of the Dark Gods. And sparked a mix of gears. Oh yeah, because none of this is actually chaosy, is it? There's like no chaos symbols on them. Oh, that's so cool! I like that detail. Like, if you just get rid of the more evil stuff, like the skulls and the tattered
Renegade chapters.
Stuff. Renegade chapters, yeah, they're fully. Hi, Wormy friend, how you doing? You finally managed to snag a lore event. The DM box is pretty good for me. I need another Lord of Change info. It has a Kairos. More Screamers are always good. Just wish it was more horrors. Yeah, you got the yellow horrors there, I guess. These renegades are vicious fighters who are free to indulge their base impacts, no longer held back by discipline and superstition of the Adeptus Astartes. They excel at the tip of a spear. Oh... Reaver Captain. To lead a band of Reavers requires no small amount of charisma and a mean streak a mile wide, and the Reave Captains fit the bill like few others. They must be peerless warriors and cruel taskmasters. And again, they don't really have chaosy symbols. They have a fist. I can imagine you can cut away that pretty easily. And then, oh yeah, these are the Legionnaires then with the upgrade kit, aren't they? Yeah, this looks like the Legionnaire kit. So Red Corsair upgrade. Could this be used then with do you think you could put this onto Primary? You could definitely put it onto the current tactical squads. And probably Horus Heresy actually. Ooh. Oh look, Eldar head. Rules for building your army as a thematic Red Corsair's raiding fleet will be found in the Maelstrom Layer of Tyrant. And oh, so it's like, oh, that's cool. And we'll be looting a copy to look for as soon as the Warhammer merchant fleet sail within snatching distance. Enough to outfit audio Legionnaires and Terminators in the box. Or for the additional head options and accessories and bandoliers. Oh yeah, so these are Terminator shoulder pads. I don't think they'll fit onto Primaris Terminators. It's 2 boxes of horrors, one of pink and one of blue and yellow. If they stuck in another box of pinks, it would basically be perfect. Gosh, you're usually using split checks to keep the pinks alive. Oh. Cross-system compatibility in my Warhammer property. Yeah. I think it's definitely for upgrading your Chaos Space Marine models, but I definitely think you could probably mix this with other models as well. I don't think it would fit into Primaris well. Oh, look. These guys. What do you get in this box? One of them, a new unit of new Reavers, a Legionnaire unit, I don't know if that's going to be the new one with the current weapon, heavy weapon kit, because it doesn't show the Reaper Archer cannon on them. And a squad of Terminators along with the new Reeve Captain. I do like these new models though, they're pretty cool. The shoulder pads fit easily. Arms are too short. Yeah. Heading to work, have a good stream. Bye, Severin, I hope your work goes well. Arms would be too short, but I can imagine that they would fit pretty well onto Horus Heresy models, because I've been converting some Horus Heresy models into Legionnaires. And the bits actually do mix relatively okay. The Horus Heresy models are just a bit too... they're a bit different scale slightly to the Legionnaires. But I don't think these arms would be any issue. It's more like when you're trying to get the bolt guns and you realise that the chests are just two different sizes, so the arms don't fit very well onto either side when you're mixing and matching. But yeah, I could imagine you could probably turn, like, give these guys Corvus heads. And honestly, you could make Raven Guard with these guys, it looks like. Like, oh! A Space Marine group that's been trapped on the other side of the Great Rift. And they're like having to scrounge together what gear they can, and they just mixing and matching the gear pieces together. You could do that, Loyalist chapter who's on the other side of the Great Rift. Oh, wait. I just realised you can't actually see my mouse. Just give me a moment. Can you see my mouse? Oh, no, you can now. Okay, it wasn't working before. But yeah, people trapped off the other side of the Great Rift, mixing and matching the gear. Just like mix some Raven Guard shoulder pads into here, put some more Corvus helmets on them. And you could easily turn these guys into, like, especially with these emo hairstyles here. Mix and match them into like your normal Primarisy stuff. He looks really cool though, the new Horan Blackheart. New Doctor Dude looks pretty fun. Not a big fan of this model, to be honest. I think he kind of looks a bit bland. This guy looks fine. I think he'll be fine, like as a Chaos Sorcerer, just a generic one. This character looks amazing. Oh my goodness, I absolutely adore her. And this thing looks fun. I know a lot of Tau players want to just get this model anyway, of a Tau. Oh. But yeah, looks like a lot of fun stuff. It was announced. Oh yeah, and we had Blood Bowl stuff as well. Blood Bowl! New Dragon Prince high healthy stuff. Look at them running. Look at them goofy goobers. Wait. Why is your entire leg except your knee protected? Isn't like protecting your knee an incredibly important bit? Maybe elf knees are just super tough. Like, look at it, he's got all this armor on, but his knees are just... Maybe elves just have ridiculously tough knees. Who knew? Who knew elves had tough knees? Oh, he's got proper knee pads on. Maybe his knees got damaged when he was collecting that lion. Oh, a new stuff here. That looks cool. Oh gosh, it's doing a... What's it called? Rock symbol. Yeah! Rock. Oh, look at the Blood Bowl Spike magazine. Anyway, I love it. I love it. Oh gosh, new model kits. They're fun. They're fun. I like the new Custody stuff. Like, for the first time, I've actually been tempted to play Custodies. Cola. Oh gosh, that was amazing. I just like threw this to one side and it landed upright like that. I was like, what? What? Oh, I can't do it again. I want to do it again. I can't do it even if I tried. How did I get that perfect the first time? Moving chair forward so I can paint. Okay. Okay, we got models to paint today. We got Averland Sunset to put on some models. Which brush do I want to use? Do I want to use this one? Everything's a bit dusty since it's been a while since we last painted. But it's fine. We'll be good. Shake things up without breaking the models. Oh my goodness. Magnets! There we go. Averland Sunset, my beloved. I am happy to be reunited with you again. But, oh, what was your favourite parts of the reveals? I like favourite new model stuff. Mine's probably for Eldar. Love the new Custodies kit. Maybe some people like them being bulkier. I like the new ones. I like the elegant ones. Don't know if I will get them or not. They should put the Custodies into the like a couple of Custodies. Like, they got Grey Knights and they've got Sisters of Battle in the Agents of Imperium. They should put like a unit of Custodies into there. Or like just like a couple of Custody models. Because I think it would just be really fun to have like a Agents of Imperium army just made up of like, you know, just cool units from different armies. And I could do that anyway, I guess. I could just make a Custody army. Actually, I couldn't because you need like most of the... I mean, I guess you could, because you only need like 5 models to be like 1,000-point army for Custodies. So then you could have like 100 models or 250 points of Agents of the Imperium or something. Well, that would be fun to put them into the Agents of Imperium, because then you can like put Custodies into your other armies, which feels a lot more accurate than just playing a Custody army. Like just having... I kind of dig Imperial Agents if they got proper rules, since I love mercenary modes in old Warcraft 3 back in the early 2000s. And Depthless Custodies are quite cheap, to be honest. In terms of points... Yeah, points are... Lower than I thought. Ah. I know that I kind of felt the same way, but then I remembered it's like 80 points for 5 Space Marines with a grenade launcher and a power fist. I was like, maybe custodies really aren't that cheap then. Yeah, I like the idea of Imperial agents as well. It's just the rules are kind of so meh. No army rule. And then half of the detachments are just so specific that you can't really enter any sort of tournament. You can't go into a battle with a ready army list. You'd be like, are you playing Chaos? It's like, no, I'm playing Xenos. It's like, well, my army can only fight Chaos. It's like, are you playing Xenos? No, I'm playing Chaos. Well, my whole army can only fight Xenos. Although they did change the Death Watch rules recently. So the Death Watch are a bit better now. Death Watch and agents are very fluffy. They are. I just feel like they need a bit more in different ways. In like just all the different aspects of them, they feel like they just need a bit more. They need better rules. They need a bit more Arbites. I do like the reinforcement aspect of them though. Like, I do like that fire agents, I can just add a Grey Knight squad into my army. Especially like Guardsmen. I feel like Guardsmen supported by a squad of Grey Knights feels very fluffy. Add an Inquisitor and an Assassin to the mix. And it's like, yeah, that's super cool. And I think it's actually can be a relatively good addition to Guardsmen as well. Like the fact you can deep strike, you're playing Guardsmen and then suddenly you just deep strike a unit of Grey Knight Terminators onto this backboard of your enemy. And it's like, yeah. Like, you can do that, can't you? I'm pretty sure you can just throw the Grey Knights into another army. I think. I might be wrong there. Like, yeah, I'm just deep striking some Grey Knights onto the back of your enemy. It's like, wait, you got Space Marines, but you're playing Guardsmen. It's like, yeah, Agents of the Imperium, baby. Thanks to us getting Scouts again for the Space Marines, I do feel like reasons that you'd add some of the agents to your army has kind of weakened. Like, adding some Arbites or Navy breaches into your Space Marine army made sense when you just wanted a cheaper unit that can capture objectives. And put up an okay-ish fight. But now that you've got Scouts, if you want to fulfill that role, you just add Scouts to your army. And there was a reason to add Arbites to your Guardsmen at one point. Or again, Navy Breachers, because they've got like they were really quite well equipped for, you know, close quarter engagements with shotguns, shock mauls, the K9s and other, you know, short range can hit surprisingly hard weapons. have them with the 4+ armor save. Even though they couldn't get orders, they could be a decent addition to a guardsman army to fill a gap and a role that you otherwise just couldn't fill with your normal models. But now that you've got Death Corps of Krieg combat engineers, they kind of fulfill that role, and they can still get orders. They've got the 4+ armor save, they can have shotguns, they can have the trench mortars. They've got the ability to blow up things that are nearby them. They can have a flamethrower. Can they have a melter gun? I think they can. And you can give them orders. And you can put them in guardsman vehicles. So... it has been a bit sad in that regard for agents. In fact, as other armies are getting upgraded and like new models and new rules, there's less reason to add various agent units into your army. Assassins are always a good fun thing to throw into your army though. Like no one expects the random crazy... oh no. I'm accidentally put my yellow onto parts of a purple. I can fix that later. That's what the mistake process is for. But yeah. Just never play Assassin's Detachments unless you don't value Assassin's Sanity. Yeah, the Assassin's Detachment, all of the detachments feel like they suck. Like truly the main thing of the agents is the same thing as the knights, in which you can put them into an army to fulfill a gap that your army has. But you don't want... I mean, you can play knights as their own army and they're actually relatively decent. The agents, though, it's like they've only got one, you know, decent detachment, it feels like. Like, how else are you meant to play them? Like, you've got one detachment that has a special rule of, oh, this works really well as long as you're playing against chaos. Another detachment that just wants you playing your Death Watch. And another detachment that... is it against demons? Is that it? And Psychos? But it's like half of the people you're going to be playing against, or potentially all of them, the other detachments just don't really work. And if you're ever playing a thing where you have to pick your detachment before you even know who you're going up against, there's only really one detachment you can choose if you want to play not Death Watch. They require all-cost detachment. I forgot its name. There's an Imperial Navy one. I think it's like Navis one. But it's kind of meh as detachment rules go, but it's by far the best one. In terms of just, you don't know who you're going up against. This can be used against everybody equally. And then you got the Assassin Detachment. The Assassin Detachment's just silly. Having to get all of your detachment rules. Not detachment rules. Having to upgrade each of your assassins with the... honestly, very much not worth it. Oh, what do they call them? Upgrades. Enhancements. You know, all they need to do is give them some decent, just all-round detachments that... like, yeah, maybe you can have a Heretic as a detachment. But just don't have a need for keyword for chaos in there. Just instead make it rules that are very clearly designed to do, you know, fight chaos. In fact, it's hereticus. Heretic doesn't necessarily mean chaos. It just means heretic. So just have it designed to fight space marines and humans. But without having to put in keywords so it can still be used against Eldar. Like, if I told my Arbites that they were fighting Chaos Cultists, but then it turned out they weren't Chaos Cultists, they were a Gene Stealer cult, I don't think my Arbites would be fighting any less hard. It's like, oh, we're only fighting Gene Stealer cults. Well, you know what? I'll go easy on them. It's just a bunch of Tyranids and their followers. Yeah. Oh, it's like, we're going to fight. Oh, there's a gang. There's a gang using Xenos tech. Or do you know, Heretech. We're going to fight them. Turns out it's actually just Eldar disguised as humans of a planet. It's like, oh, Eldar. I'll go easy on Eldar. They don't worship Chaos, these Eldar, do they? Oh, they do. For some of the Chaos worshipping Eldar. Well. Do they have a Chaos keyword? No. Okay, then I don't care. Hi, Greg Johnson. Oh, but it's just... Oh no. I think it's the silliest thing. Like they've done the Death Watch pretty cool. I like that. I like the fact that the detachment rules don't specifically say that they have to be fighting Xenos to use all their effects. Instead, they've just got some cool effects. And if they're not fighting against Xenos, that's fair enough. And Deathwatch do a fair amount of fighting against Chaos. Sure, that's not what their main goal is, but it doesn't mean they don't end up having to come across Chaos every so often. Hi, Nano Fate, how you doing? We've been discussing for new models, and now we're on Imperial 8. Oh yeah, because I was like, I wish Custodes were... Maybe not like all of the Custodes, but doing like a couple of the Custody units were just in the Imperial Agents Codex as well. So that way you could put them into other armies. Because I just like the idea of you're playing your Ultramarines and you just want a couple of Custody characters in there because, you know, you read a book where a Custody character led a bunch of Ultramarines. Or it's like there's actually an instance where a Custody character led a bunch of Black Templar against other Black Templar. But it was still a Custodian leading Black Templar. And that would just be really cool to see again. Like maybe an army is, you know, for the Primaris reinforcements for a chapter. And there's a Custody leading them. And it's taken them a long time to finally reach the chapter that they're meant to be reinforcing. Oh, the Custody has... Oh, what's the word? Not relinquished. Requisitioned. The Custodies requisitioned for forces of your Space Marines in their own mission to do whatever they're wanting to do. Just like an Inquisitor would do. Honestly, I think that based on a lot of what I've read, that feels like it would be more accurate to how you see Custodians being used in 40k, in which they're very rarely deployed in large numbers. Instead, you find a handful of them supporting like a chapter of Space Marines or Guardsmen or being supported by them. And I think they'd sell more models that way. For we know, maybe the Maelstrom stuff will come with new rules for custodies, allowing you to use them that way. That'll be really cool. I wish we did get more of a mercenary thing though. Like, do you know you had in older editions of 40k? Where you could basically ally anybody into any army with some limitations, depending on who you're trying to ally into what army. Like, we know there's Photon mercenaries, we know that there's Tau mercenaries, we know that there's human mercenaries, and we know that there's Orc mercenaries. So there's no real reason to, you know, keep them separate from, other than balancing issues. I guess it would be very hard to balance. But I think it would be really cool. I think this is going pretty well. If you knowed what units could be allied, it would be fine. Yeah, like, I think commandos... a commando war boss and maybe looters for orcs could easily be allied into most armies. Eldar Corsairs would pretty much be for Eldar mercenaries. Photon, I would say maybe the Handcam, or whatever they're called. The other guys who wear the cool leather jackets, yeah, they could be allied into other people's armies. Freebooters need a unit. Yeah. No, so if you look at who the main mercenaries are, they're mostly the guys who are famed for using commandos. Although they're also famed for using storm boys. Do you know for Red Axis? My gosh, Orc lore has changed a lot over the years. But I don't know, maybe I'm just being a bit crazy there. I'm wondering, based on the descriptions of the community website, if the Maelstrom rules will include rules for Space Marines who are not Chaos or Imperial aligned. Like, it did say it would include rules for using the Red Corsairs. And I wonder if that's just going to basically be saying, hey, you can use these units on the Loyalist Codex, and you can use these units on the Chaos Codex. And you can use these detachments. That would be really cool if that's the case. I wonder if there's any Primaris, freebooters as it were. Do you know Corsairs? some of those models of the Red Corsairs did look a bit like they're using Primaris equipment, but it's hard to say. I'm just looking at it. Oh yeah, I'm really excited about the Corsairs. Like the Eldar Corsairs, because my army of Eldar is basically just all Corsairs at the moment. I've always liked swooping hawks, so the idea of, you know, these melee swooping hawks for Corsairs are cool. I've always liked the idea of Vipers more than I've actually liked using Vipers. And the model. I'm excited about that new model. I'm probably going to get the Battle Force. Or try to at the very least. Probably I'll probably still use Uriel's rules. But like a lot of my stuff, I'll probably try converting him so it's a different person who uses the same rules and uses the same base model. A bit like my World Claimer. Can Boss Snickrot join Commandos? I just thought. Or is he like lone operative character? I'm super hoping though that they change the rules for Corsairs just so that other models can join the units. I want to be able to add a Farseer or a Warlock into my Corsair unit. I know historically it's a bit... I say historic. I know that maybe they do it for balance or whatever, but... I don't know. I just don't want to have Guardians in my army, but I want to use my Farseers and Warlocks that I got. Oh gosh, he's getting caught in the glove. There we go. There we go. Oh. Oh yeah, wait a minute. For new Undead as well, weren't they, for Age of Sigmar? Like for 3 new army books for Age of Sigmar. Tzeentch. The High Elves, Realm Lords, and the Bone Reapers. The new Bone Reaper stuff seems super cool and seem to fill a gap in the army of allowing you now to have more ranged units. I don't know how people feel about that, but I think it's cool. I like being given options in my armies. It's like, if I want to make a shooty orc army, I should be allowed to make a shooty orc army. For all about that Daka. Does it have to be good? No. I just want to be able to play it. I want to check Snickrot's stats though. Because I just remembered I got a Snickrot. I was going to turn him into a war boss. But then I'm like, can I actually use Snickrot? Because if he can join Commandos, then I'll just use him as Snickrot. Okay, Stinkbag Boys. Let's look at Boss Nick Rock. Okay, so while this model is leading a unit. Oh, he is. He can join a unit. This model can be attached to the following unit. Commandos. Oh, yeah, we'll just build him a Snick Rock then. That'll be cool. Mark's Teeth. 6 attacks. Hits on 2. Strength 6. AP -1. Damage 2. Precision Twin. Oh my gosh, that's dangerous. You'll probably make a decent shoot to art card with a load of mech guns, Nauts, Looters, and Flash Kits. I would Killer Cans over Nauts. Yeah, if you want to make a decent shooty arc army. Actually, my arc army is shooty. Killer Cans are like your big bet for it. The main reason is you can give them rocket launchers, right? And Killer Cans hit on 4+ rather than a 3+, or rather than 5+, like most arc stuff. And a rocket launcher, strength 9, AP -2, damage 3 blast, and it gets D3 attacks. So that means you can get, on average, 6 attacks hitting on 4s. That's strength 9, AP -2, damage 3. That's really good. And it's blast, so you get +1 for every 5 models in the unit you're shooting at. On top of this, you get Shooty Power Trip. Each time this unit is selected to shoot, you can roll 1d6. On a 1 or a 2, you suffer D3 mortal wounds. On a 3 or 4, you get +1 to the strength of your ranged attacks. And on a 5 or 6, you get 1 extra attack on your ranged attacks. So that's... yeah, so that's +3 rocket launcher attacks. It's really good. And then what you do is you put them in the Dread Mob Detachment. Dread Mob Detachment now means that they get the Try That Button special ability, which gives them, on a 1 or a 2, they get sustained hits. Roll a d6 every time you shoot, sorry. On a 3 or 4, you get lethal hits. On a 5 or 6, a critical wound gets +2 armor penetration. Or you can just choose which one of those abilities you have, and you get hazardous. And that applies to all mech gun, or all grot vehicles, walker, and mech units. So that also applies to the mech guns. So you get mech guns, Killer Cans, sorry. And then things like Looters. And Looters are really good. What do Looters get? They can have a rocket launcher in the unit, and they can have Death Guns, which get 2 attacks, rapid fire 1, heavy keyword, but they only hit on 6s normally. They can reroll a 1 to hit, and if a target's on an objective marker, they reroll to hit. And the strength 8, AP -1, damage 2. Put a mech unit in them, and they get the Try That Button special rule as well, so sustained hits, lethal hits, or crit wound for extra pen. Sure about that? You're positive you don't want a Gorkanaut of a minigun made of miniguns? That could also be good. But no, your big things that you get... also, you can have up to 6 Killer Cans in a unit. So that means you can get up to 6... and they're very cheap. It's 125 points for 3 of them. And they've got 3+ armor save, toughness 6, 5 wounds. Oh my gosh, they're barely tougher than an Aberrant. Oh, it's so stupid. Why are Aberrants so terrible? They got a 6+ invulnerable save as well. Nauts also benefit from Dread. Yeah, they benefit, but the issue with the Nauts is, while you can have up to 4 rocket launchers on a single Death Dread, or you can have custom Mega Blasters on them, which are also pretty cool. They only hit on 5s, and their main ability is a melee ability. On the charge, they get D3 +3 mortal wounds to the enemy. When you roll a D6, on a 2 to 5, they suffer D3 mortal wounds. On a 6, they suffer D3 +3. On a 1, they don't suffer any mortal wounds. So yeah, it's generally not as good in terms of like if you want to make a proper shooty army. It's more or less something you want to go in with. It's better generally to melee with them because the Dread Mob detachment also affects their melee attacks as well as the shooting attacks. So while you do benefit from Dread Mob, it's better just to do it when you're in melee. Oh, no, sorry, no, I keep doing it. You keep saying I keep thinking Dreadnought, sorry. Yeah, I'm being stupid. The Knight equivalent thing. Yeah, for Markanaut's a Garkanaut. So Markanaut's a shooty one, isn't it? For Garkanaut's a melee one. Oh no, it's got for Deathstorm Mega Shoot on for Garkanaut. It's got 2 rocket. Again, it only hits on 5s though. It does get 20 attacks, rapid fire 10, so that's 30 attacks. But that's on average only 10 hits at strength 6, AP -1, damage 1. Even with sustained hits, that's 15 hits. It gets no rerolls to hit. It gets no advantage. And at strength 6, AP -1, damage 1. I mean, it'd be good against Guardsmen. Kind of. It gets 2 rocket launchers, a Scorcher, twin-linked big shooter. Well, when you look at its melee stats are just so much better and will also benefit from the Dread Mob. Hitting on 3, strength 18, AP -3, damage 6, 5 attacks, or sweep 15 attacks. Hitting on 3, strength 8, AP -1, damage 2. It can also transport units, so you do want it getting up close to the enemy. Like, it gets a lot of attacks, it's just not doing a lot with those attacks. Nah, drop everything. Stomper is a walker. Yeah, Stomper is a walker. So they get to benefit from it. But Markanaut gets custom Mega Blaster, custom Mega Sapper, D6 +3, strength 10, AP -2, damage D6, blast, hazardous. I mean, that's okay. Clanking forward. It also has a transport, invulnerable save, big and shooty. Each time it makes a ranged attack. If it was active, add 1. Okay, so but Markanaut would be better. And when it does hit, it's doing a lot more damage and it can tear through vehicles as well. So lethal hits is going to be good with it. But again, how many points is it? It's 210 points. No, 280 points. So that price, I could have 6 killer cans that already hit on 4s. And basically hit just as hard. And I'll have some spare to get like a big mech with a shock attack gun. I mean, it's fair. I mean, to be honest, it's not bad. And it can actually melee. And it is tougher than the killer cans. It's going to be easier to hit from the killer cans because you can see it from anyone on the battlefield. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's like for big old shooty. For Stomper, it's 800 points. It can have a death cannon. It doesn't get really any advantages to shooting. Again, it's a transport, so you do want it closer. Has super rockets, very cool. Yeah, Stomper could do quite a bit of damage with the Dread Mob detachment. But really, the Dread Mob detachment, I think, is usually best. If you want it fully shooty, killer cans, looters with big mechs in the unit, and mech guns. Although also, if you get a boys unit, give them all shooters, and then put a mech in the unit. In Dread Mob, they do benefit from the Dread Mob abilities. So you can have them at getting 3 attacks each with sustained hits. I've only strength 4. I've only hit on 5, sorry. Only hit on 2s. But with a big mech in the unit, while this model's leading a unit, each type makes a ranged attack, reroll a hit roll of 1. You can reroll an advanced roll made with a unit. And you can... I mean, actually, yeah. With a bunch of shooters, they can be pretty dangerous goals. Like 20 boys. That gets him 3 attacks each. Okay, take away 3 of them, so he's got 17. 3 attacks each. What's that, 51? Yeah, 51. Hitting on 5s, re-rolling 1s, 6s generate extra attacks. So that would be roughly 8 extra attacks. It's 24. Re-rolling for 1s. You get about 28 hits from them. And then you'll... I mean, it's only strength 4. I mean, honestly, it's not too much worse than strength 6, AP -1, strength 4, AP 0. And that only gets 15 hits. And it's a much cheaper unit to put down. Like, yeah. Yeah, that's what you should do. You just throw a big mech into a unit of boys. Give them all shooters. Oh, darn it. No, but Dread Mob. It does apply for every single attack, isn't it? Each time a mech brought a unit from your army is selected to shoot or fight, roll a d6. Oh, wait a minute. Does that mean if I have a unit of boys armed with choppers and I put a big mech of a unit, they'll all also be able to get sustained hits in melee? They do. Oh my goodness. I just realised that. Still, I like shooters. Shooters might not be optimal, but I like my shooters. 5+ to hit to sustained hits basically works like a 4+. Is that an incorrect thought? No, it's not. Like, let's think. 30 attacks. If it's a 4+, 15 should hit. Otherwise, it'll be 10 + 5. Yeah, 15. Yeah, so basically it does work like a 4+. Let's think. Yeah, even with your rerolls and stuff. Yeah, basically 4+. So 51, that's 26. $30. Yeah. Just the ability to spike way more shots. It is. So yeah, I don't think they're bad. I like my shooty orcs. I like my shooty orcs. I played a shooty orc army before. I play it again. No, there used to be a lot more reason to play shooty orcs. Back, you know, when all the rules were a bit different. Back when orcs only got 1 attack basic, giving them a chopper just meant you could get 2 attacks in melee. And they still got like the strength 4 and the charger if they had a chopper or not. And you got +1 attack of a charge. Getting that extra range and all those extra shots or cheaper was actually an advantage. The only place it would be different is with full rerolls to hit, because you're rerolling more dice with a second roll of 5+ to hit. Yeah. Yeah, that is true. Okay, well, I'm thinking actually for this dude, I think the rest of them I have gone over with other colours, yeah. So I'm going to do is go over with iron yellow before I do for Averland Sunset. You summon Math Hammer! Yick! Yeah, Dread Mob Detachment, as far as I'm aware, it's considered one of the stronger detachments, especially if you want to go full Daka build for orcs. But generally, it's like, I think for most tournament builds for Dreadhammer still use it as a melee build. Because all of the abilities can be used in melee. Well, not all of them. I think maybe some of the stratagems can only be used in shooting. But it's like, as I said, it's like I could give sustained hits to my shooters, but I could also just give sustained hits to my choppers. And it's like, why would I use the shooters over the choppers in that situation? The answer is, you shouldn't. Choppers are just straight up better than shooters. Well, not straight up, but there's situations where a chopper is worse than a shooter, but not very common. Like a chopper is what, strength 5, AP -1 with 3 or 4 attacks or something like that. Is it strength 5 or is it strength 4? Either way, it has AP, it has more attacks. You want to get your orcs into melee anyway, because that's where they're generally going to be better than the opponent. Being able to pink off a few shots before you get into melee is just not as good. And I think that's fair. But that's one of the things that makes orcs really hard to balance, though. It's that if you give them a build or like a detachment that makes them much better at shooting, the issue is you're just going to get players who will go, okay, my orcs can now shoot better, but they're still going to be very good in melee. And that's just going to make them a bit too powerful. Because while every single every person who wants to build for orc shooty, a pure shooty, will be like, oh, this actually makes my orcs capable of winning battles now. You're going to get the people who are going to be much more tournament focused and competitive, who are just going to be building armies that are not pure shooty. They're a bit shooty, and they benefit from all of those shooty upgrades, but they're still going to be doing all the work in melee. I guess that would mean what you'd want to do is create a detachment that makes your orcs better in shooting but worse at melee. Like, give them +1 ballistic skill, but now they've got -1 weapon skill on all of their melee weapons. But that doesn't make sense. I think Slugger Boys and Shooter Boys should be 2 separate units, to be honest. And Shooter Boys should be cheaper. It's similar in Black Templars. I really want to play a Crusader squad that has bolt guns and not oh, that looks really nice. I really like this iron yellow colour. It's just not the colour I want for my Tyranids to be fully. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, I want my Black Templar to be able to use bolt guns in like the Crusader squads, not just as intercessor squads. But the issue is it's just so much worse to give them a bolt gun over a chainsaw, especially with the new rules. But there's just absolutely no point doing it. You're just basically shooting yourself in the foot if you do that. How's the painting with fight? It's going okay. We've barely painted. We were looking at all the new stuff that was announced yesterday. And then I somehow got distracted onto orcs. Sad we got no Black Templars last reveal. Yeah, I am super sad about that. Nah. The only thing I want for Black Templars, as I said, give us a Crusader squad with bolt guns that's cheaper or has a special ability. So we can just mix and match a bit more. Get happy, we got a crocodile lady. We got a crocodile lady. We do have a crocodile for Talon Desert Dog, whatever it's called. What was it called? Not Desert Dog, something dog. I don't know. I don't pay attention to what people say or what's written in articles. I just look at pretty pictures. And then I go, why is a Tau model with the Chaos models? That makes no sense. Chaos getting up Xenos auxiliaries before the Tau. Don't forget to like the stream. Every like on this stream is another Xenos reveal. That's not going to be a Tau auxiliary. I'm actually kind of sad about that. I was kind of excited for Taus getting a new model. I know a bunch of Tau players are going to convert it into a Tau model anyway. First time to break YouTube and get -1 like. Oh gosh. If you're feeling particularly fabulous today, you could like this stream and help a poor little cupcake out. But yeah, I feel like that's true. Since 10th edition's come out, I feel like it is true that we do need more split units or where their rules change based on what they're equipped with. Just so that you don't feel like you're nuffing yourself when you take other options. Tau got enough. Remember watching the last night and the live comments were like, we're getting more recruits. And the people said specifically, no, never would Tau get nothing. Just for that, we're taking 6 of the Tau units off the website. No more Tau. No more Tau for you. And they're like, we're sorry. It's like, oh, you're sorry now? You're sorry? Well, just for being sorry, we're taking 3 more units away. It's like, we don't have more units to take away. And then they're like, no. Just for that, we're creating -3 Tau units. You go to the Tau website now, and you somehow like... Your brain gets wiped off Tau. The equal attention cake with the Ultramarines was so funny. Oh yeah, for Ultramarines being on the book. Tau detected, opinion rejected. Oh, poor Tau. I like the Tau, they're cool. I used to hate the Tau, but now I like them. I didn't hate the Tau, I just hated playing them at one point. Especially with an army that just wanted to be melee focused. If they're just like, hey, yeah, we don't do melee. It's like, I can't catch them. I'm not fast enough to catch them. They just keep moving away from me.
I summon thee, Dr. Smilex. Sacrifice the colas.
No! Don't sacrifice a cola. Oh, hi, Dr. Smilex. How you doing? The Tau really grew on me. It did as me too. It's like, just here on my arm, there's a Tau growing under that. If you take 6 units on the Tau. Ah. Apparently, try it again. Apparently there was an error with Streamlabs. Actually, you don't even need to try again. Let me play first.
Pog Online Poggers.
What about now?
Pog Online Poggers HB.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, it works. It works. Eldar eating. No, Eldar aren't eating enough. Release more Corsairs. Release them all. I love my Corsairs. If you take 6 units of a tower, you'll barely scratch their terrain off their listings. Don't they have like 2 pieces of terrain? I hate when anyone but my faction gets stuff. Talan, you don't have a 40k faction. Actually, your closest thing to having a 40k faction is having an Ultramarine. Not Ultramarine, Imperial Fist. Because didn't you paint an Imperial Fist? Isn't that like your only 40k model? We didn't check out for new Osviarch Bone Reapers though. I meant to check them. Maybe after I paint this guy we can go and check on them.
Nobody likes Marines.
Everyone loves Marines, Erland, especially you. You love them the most. I know it's true. I know it's true. And if you deny it, I say you protest too much. You can't fight that. Shakespeare said it first. You can't fight Shakespeare. He's already dead. We did get one dead Ultramarine though, it's true. It's true. I'm a saint of the community and equal opportunity hater. Except for Ultramarines. You're always like, what about Ultramarines? Talan is for Ultrasmith. He claims to be for equal hater, but he isn't. Stormcast Eternals, greater than Space Marines. Custodies. I love the new Custody models though. The more I look at them, the more like, is this what I imagined Custodies to look like? This is like way closer to my imagination than the current models that they have. I think they're just so cool. I know some people don't like them, but I really don't get the dislike for the new models. Other than just people hating, do you know, female Custodies. In which case... who hurt you? Games Workshop hurt you. Games Workshop changing the law. Oh no! If only Games Workshop doesn't do that every other day. Hate it when Games Workshop changes the law. Why don't Imperial Fists eat poop anymore? Oh, it changed the law. Imperial Fists don't eat poop anymore. So bad. I dig for Bone Marines, aka for Bone Reapers. Yeah! Yellow and purple Tyranids. It's been a while since I've seen those. Yeah, it's been a while since we've done a painting stream. And I've not done much painting off stream at all. I wanted to, but with my headaches and my dizziness and my just general health, you know, painting is not very easy. We like tall women in gold armor. We do. We do. Hi, Ken Motto. Titus will play Skullerman as Primarch. Yes, definitely. Well, let's look. Let's look at this thing. For Alpha Legion was the field. Yeah, I do really like the new Corsair, Red Corsair stuff. Here we go. Bone Reapers. I'm not a big fan of the look of this chariot, to be honest. I think the horses look cool. I think the rest of it looks kind of meh. It might just be the angle that the picture's taken. It just looks too stocky. Yeah, it feels like there needs to be more of a gap between the chariot and the horses, you know? Like, can we look at, Tomb Kings? We can look at the Tomb King chariots. Maybe, I saw some chariots up there. Oh, well, no, maybe that he's also really close. Maybe it's just because it's so wide. It's not that wide. I don't know, there's something about it, I just don't like it. He looks cool, kind of, though. Nagasha style. They aren't bone marines, they are more like bone stodies. Stormcast, more like custodies. Gulliman will have a chart. No, no! Nagasha style for chariot disputable. If you say so. Oh, look at a tiny little vulture. That's adorable. This looks cool. Why does that look like the guy from Overlord, Ainz? Oh, look at the bony archers, though. The bony archers! Bony M! Wow, Rasputin. Also, the new, assassin unit. I like the assassin unit. I think they're pretty cool. They remind me of an assassin unit for the tech beasts. New box set that's got Arcanda Black in it. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Conjuror has two constants, her love of lying and a hate for everything that's cool. Apparently the bony archers have an anti-healing on hit effect. Ooh, that's nice. I was hearing that apparently like they're really good shooting force, which should be nice. It's about time we got more skeleton archers. I love myself some skeleton archers. Mortis Reapers. We could have called them Bone Reapers. That would have been funny. See, Bone Reapers. Mortias Reapers. No, just call them Bone Reapers. It's a Bone Reapers of a Bone Reapers, you know, for Reapers. Oh, another box set here. Yeah. On knife, they said they had one rend and shoot twice. That sounds really powerful, if I remember correctly. You know what I like, though? You know what a good chariot is? What a good chariot is. Where's a good chariot? Let me find them. Now, here's some good chariot. Look at them chariot. Now, these are good chariots. Oh, they got goblins. They got wolves. I just realised something about the new Red Corsairs. They are perfect for my little Blood Brothers Blood Angel successors for Bloodhounds. Yeah, I think that'll be really cool. I really like the idea of getting some of them and like putting some Imperial shoulder pads on them and using them as like
orcs better.
Warcrafted orc. Never! Lies! Lies! I forgot how Elite compared an average Stormcast to an average Space Marines, enough to be Custodies. Yeah, because Stormcast are definitely more like Custodies. They do have puppers, so they are very good chariots. Yeah. Someone actually asked which is faster for one and for both new Bone Stodies, and they said they'll just charge into each other. I think the Bone Stodies one would have to be slower. Just because the Sun Stealers, I think one of their big things is they like to go fast. Oh, Biomass here! Hi! Oh no, my models are all attaching to one another. Biomass, guys! It's a raid! Get down! It's a raid! Hello, Bio. We need to wait for them to actually arrive. Wait for them. Dream of raid! Here they are! Hi! Big heart! Big love heart to you. Oh. Ugh. Dead now. Hi, Paladin Stem. Hi, Biomat. How did your stream go? Did it go well? Did it go well? I noticed you were live just before I went live and was like, oh, she's gone. We've been looking at all the new stuff that was announced yesterday for Warhammer. I know that Briar and some of your chat won't really know much about Warhammer stuff, so I won't bore you with it. We've been painting a little bit. We've been using this really cool paint on this model. And at the moment, we're getting the base coat done of this really nice paint I like. Honestly, is this paint by itself enough? Do I even need the Averland Sunset? Ah, yes I do.
I had no clue that they released the Maggot Lord for Age of Sigmar. It looks awesome.
It does look awesome. Yapatine, yeah, we've yapped too much. We've been yapping too much as well. I've not been getting as much painting as I need done. You yapped so much. I'm glad I hope your yapping was fun. I hope your yapping was fun. Oh. Go and... Oh, wait. Actually, you can just click... Oh, no, you can't just click bio and go to a channel, can you? You know, we need to do a shout out. I need to figure out how Briar did her shout out thing. You know, otherwise, I'm just gonna link Briar right now. I'm gonna open link in new menu and go Control-C and go subscribe to Briar and subscribe to me. Yeah. And don't forget to like the stream and like all of Briar's. Go through every single stream and video Briar's ever done and like all of them right now. No, not right now. After the stream. And send you a mix-up command file thing if you want, but I think that extra steps needed before using file. I might ask you for it later if I can't figure it out myself. It's mostly just the fact I've not looked into it. It's one of those things where, you know, at the time, I'm like, oh, I need to figure out how to do that. I'll do that later. I'm going to forget until the next time I see it. I'll think about it. I'm like, oh, I'm a bit busy right now. I can't do that. Okay, does this already have Averland Sunset on it? I think it does. It doesn't have the dark. Let us look. How dark does this get? I think it gets pretty dark. It doesn't get too dark, actually. It's iron yellow. I like this iron yellow. It's a very nice colour. Oh.
Conjurer won't fix the hole in her roof. When it rains it's too wet to work, and when it doesn't rain the hole don't need fixing.
It's true. It's true. That's how it works. Do we still need to go to the asbestos mine after we like all the videos? Yes, you do. You have to be mining the asbestos mine while you're liking the videos. Oh, so it's kind of finicky. It didn't work for like the first 10 streams. Oh. Like it would only shout out one person. Oh, that's so sad. Anyway, you got to eat. Bye, Briar. Good eating. Good eat. Have a good sleep. And dream of cupcakes, but don't eat them. Because if fine's not food. It's always raining. Yeah. Asbestos makes it go back into the asbestos. If your hands are shaky, it just means you've got more energy. Put that shaky hand energy into mining the asbestos to land. If your hands are shaking, it's clear you're not tired enough. Oh, you silly person. Oh, you silly person. That's what my teachers always said to be. If you got the energy to be ill, you got the energy to work. Actually, I think that is something I was told as a kid. Asbestos will be the new style again in 2026. It's true, it's true. They've been figuring out ways to bring it back. Like, okay, the issue is it breaks down and turns into like breathable glass. And that glass cuts up your lungs, just like resin. So what if we dip it into resin? Oh, it will fix everything. So what they've done, they've got a new asbestos that's basically just covered in resin. And they're going to release that this year. Or at least that's the hope. People have been telling them that, you know, resin has the exact same issue that, you know, asbestos does. But, you know, you live, you learn. Or you die. New innovation, new vet asbestos. Actually, that sounds like something that could actually happen this year. I mean, with everything else that's been going on, I wouldn't be surprised if someone tried that. By the way, no, that would not work. That's not the only issue with asbestos. That's why Cupcake is a commander. We want wet asbestos, da-na-na-na-na. We want it wet and tasty like asbestos. No, you just deep fry the asbestos. Has anyone tried deep frying asbestos? Bet you no one's tried that yet. We should see if that helps it become safe. Could you imagine if that actually worked? So do you know what asbestos is really usually quite dangerous? It's like, yeah. Well, we deep fried it. It's like, what? And it somehow helped. It's like, what? Sunflower oil. Linseed oil. It's not about working, it's about making it seem like it would work. Mesothelioma. My favourite.
Mesothelioma, my favourite.
Yeah, that's how you say it. Mesothelioma. Mesopotamia. Love me some Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia is a really cool thing to research. Massamundi. What was his name? Do you know the guy? Not Master Mundi. That's the big old fat frog. What about Massamudi? Do you know the Mali king who, do you know, had gold mines? I like him. He went like on a pilgrimage and he gave out gold. But he gave out so much gold it completely destroyed the economic climate of, you know, the places he went through. He's like, here's a bunch of gold. It's like, oh, economic crash. Like, the king of this region has the equivalent of 200 blocks of gold. Master Mudi, whatever his name is, goes through, throws out 300 tons of gold, and just, like, gives it to a bunch of peasants. It's like, oh. The peasants are now wealthier than the king. Asbestos is only dangerous if it's in powder form. Yeah, the issue is it easily goes into powder form. Ever been to the Texas Fair? This is why she is a big cupcake and makes all the rules. Yeah, I'm the big cupcake. I make all the rules. I am the giant cupcake that makes all of the rules. You got the little rat. And you got the big rats. And the rats play Monopoly because that's what rats do. And I can't remember what else they said in that weird rant. Oh, gosh. That's what rabbits would do. Nobody cares about the fat bum. ESNA for real OG. EA's for CEO. Amber that one wizard do the opposite in Warhammer Fantasy who breaks into the forts and turns gold into copper, potentially causing. Oh, so what's his name did? Balthasar Gelt. He went to Marienburg, right, and bought a bunch of stuff using gold. But I think it was copper that he turned into gold. But if you know anything about alchemy in the Warhammer world, it's not permanent. You can turn copper into gold, but in a few days it will turn back into copper. So he's given out all of his gold and everyone's like, oh my goodness, so amazing. And they're selling him loads and loads of stuff. And then he just leaves on his new boat. And Marienburg, then like afterwards, it all turns back into copper. And they basically just caused an economic crisis because they sold everything. They sold like everything of value and gave it to him in exchange for copper that wasn't worth anything. I mean, nowadays it's worth a lot, but this is a Warhammer world. They don't care about copper. They're not rats eating the coppers in the walls. The little rat yells at the big rat. Yeah, the little rat yells at the big rat. I am filled with so much asbestos. I'm filled with so many microplastics, asbestos and lead. But if you just shake me, it will rattle like doing one of those spray cans. It'll be like, rattle, 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 rattle. Rattle, 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 rattle. Actually, wait a minute. See, if I just shake my hand around. See microplastics. I see chaos of asbestos with plastic. Oh gosh. Cupcake Conjuror. No, hey, Gaskell Thatcher was based on Margaret Thatcher, and I'm not Margaret Thatcher. I'm Cupcake. Don't forget all the glue and resin. Oh yeah, all the glue and resin too. All these microplastics make a macroplastic. It's true, it's true. What I'm thinking is now of getting all of this stuff on them. Maybe use some Agrax of Shade and then go over with the sunset. I think that was my original plan actually. Oh, that looks really nice. I like that colour. Yeah, then I'll do Nastrag Yellow. Not Nastrag, Iodine Yellow. On all of these guys. I don't think he needs it, does he? No, he probably does. Itchy chest. Oh. My grandfather used to
If Capcom gets any more microplastics in her, we can officially sell her as a Barbie doll.
No! My grandfather used to fish out of a boat with lead paint. He was fine, but the fish started swimming sideways. Oh no! The asbestos shaking reminded me of dog clickers or key jingling. Key jingling! Oh, that's like that one Markiplier video. He's trying to talk about something. He keeps jingling his keys in front of a screen, and it's like super effective at getting you to. Meanwhile, if I want to spinny thing,
she's already a Barbie doll. Look at what you can do with her hair.
What do you mean what you can do with my hair? Look at this thing, it spins. It's not as spinny though as my fist thing. Oh, look how much that spins. And then I can press this button and it doesn't spin. And then it spins. And it spins. It spins, it spins, it spins, it spins, it spins, it spins, and it spins, and it spins. And it spins so much. Shit. So I'm spinning this again. Ah! You can take it off. And then you can spin it more. Oh. And spin it even more. And spin it even more. Sorry. By the way, did I tell you guys, when I went to the doctor on Monday, they got me to take an ADHD test thing, and I scored full marks. Oh my gosh, I didn't even study for it. I got full marks. Amazing, amazing. You wish you have the same drill. Nice. Did I just paint this? I swear I just painted this. Oh, it's got the exact same model. Oh, that's why. Congrats, you have 100%. No, 130%. I somehow scored a few extra butt points. Although my friend's sister, you know, she had to take the same test and she never finished it because, you know, she kept getting distracted while trying to take it. I'm like, yeah, this is a really difficult test to take. I can't fill in all the forms. It's like, why are you distracting me so? Why? It's so boring. The car has to zoomies. The car going zoom to land on the internet today. She got the AD 4K. I got that AD Ultra HD. The AD Ultra HD. It's immersion. Oh. I need to get like a medicine though that'll help me wake up in the morning. Oh gosh. Caffeine. Useless. Useless caffeine. There we go. Let's just get all of this on. I'm a super slow painter, but it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. Being a super slow painter, it's okay if you buy me. Being a super slow painter, no one else wants to be. We can paint as slow as we like. One of the questions was, are you Cupcake Conjuror? I'm putting a yes there. Scores you 90 points. It's true. A medicine that helps you wake up in the morning. You ever tried cigarettes? No. I don't think they help you wake up. Cupcake noises are the best noises. Change my mind. Blah, 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 blah. Most annoying noises. What's the most annoying noise I can think of? Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Gonna be lonely this Christmas. How'd you do? Oh wait, what's the other song? Do you know the Mariah Carey one? I forget that one. Oh no, people don't play it that much. I always forget how that goes. It's like everyone's like, oh, Mariah Carey. And I always hear about the song. I just never hear the song. How am I meant to
Good
know
God,
how it
woman.
goes?
It's January. It's too early.
No. It's never too early for Christmas songs. It's called an energy drink. Look, I drink cola. And that helps me sleep. Trust me, the need for a ciggy in the morning is what keeps reviving the troops of Nagash. Good God, woman. It's January.
Christmas isn't anything special anymore.
Christmas is all around me. Love Actually. I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes. Christmas is all around me. And so the feeling goes. And if you really love Christmas, punch Santa in the nose. Punch him in the nose. Right in the snosser. Every day is Christmas if you want crippling debt. Yeah. Reminds me of that Simpsons restaurant where every day is New Year's. You know. Everyone thought whether they should. Only one was brave. No, everyone thought whether they could. And only one was brave enough not even to think about if they should. Or something like that. I don't know. Legoland. Legoland Resort Windsor. Legolas, Legolas! Everyone loves Legolas. He's the coolest of a lot. No one in the fellowship was as good as Legolas, except Gimli. Hello, Clyde. Legos attack. Oh, I kind of want to get that crusty, not Krusty Krab. Krusty Krab. No, Krusty Burger. I want to get the Krusty Burger Lego set. Oh my gosh. I've never wanted a Lego set as much as that. I'm like, I have nowhere to put it. I have a Titan to build. I have a Thunderhawk to build. I have so much to build. I don't have the time. I don't need Lego. I don't need Lego. No! The fact it costs like 170 quid really puts me off it. I'm like, I sometimes think Warhammer's an expensive hobby. And then I look at Lego and I go, it's still expensive, but at least it's not that expensive. Like 170 quid for a blooming Krusty Burger set. Even Games Workshop looks at Lego's prices with envy. It's like we both have to build it ourselves. Well, the thing is Lego doesn't need to design new pieces every single time it wants to build something. It can just use the pieces it's already designed. Why am I saying? Are you sure? Lego's expensive. Like a single minifigure's like 10 quid. It's 10 bob. It's 10 bob for a single minifigure. You don't need an army. What do you mean I don't need an army of Of course I need an army of Legos. What do you mean I don't need an army of That's a lot of bobs. That's a lot of bobs, it's true. Look. I need 200 Lego battle droids. No questions asked. Look. 200 of them. And obviously that means I need 200 clone troopers. And 200 super battle droids. And 50 droidicus. And if I got clone troop, we need clone troopers. We need stormtroopers. Look, 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 look. Don't question it. She need it. You don't want to know how many Legos I own. Legos still sounds weird. Legos, plural, still sounds weird to me. I don't care if they say it's correct. I used to have an actual army of Lego minifigs as a kid. Oh, I had do you know if they did those super tiny Legos, like super tiny Lego Bionicles? I had one of those sets, and honestly, it was kind of disappointing. I liked Bionicle. Bionicle was fun. Yeah. Are you surprised I played with Bionicle when I also had Warhammer? I also had Yu-Gi-Oh! And Beyblades! Yeah! We love our Legos. Kids nowadays will understand the beauty that was Bionicles. Oh, there we go. I have 6 boxes full of Lego pieces. Oh my goodness, small boxes of Lego. I have lots and lots of Yu-Gi-Oh! Lots and lots of Yu-Gi-Oh! Like a box. I've got a massive drawer full of Yu-Gi-Oh! And cupboards full of Yu-Gi-Oh! And boxes full of Yu-Gi-Oh! An entire storage yard full of Yu-Gi-Oh! Look, look, look. I'm autistic. I'm allowed to get ridiculously invested in stuff, quite literally. She is an ancient Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan. Yeah. I still like Yu-Gi-Oh! I just don't really collect it anymore. I even made a Lego version of Shadow King. Ooh, Shadow King. If she was to join the community now, she could only afford 1 card and she would hold it in her hands while sleeping. No, 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 no. So you see, there's this thing called scalping, and it's a really good way to get loads and loads of boxes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Really, really quickly and cheaply. I keep telling her you Yu-Gi-Oh! News and you didn't care for it. Yeah, I don't keep up with it anymore. Oh yeah, you're feeling OC, I remember that. You posted about it on the Discord. But yeah, no, back when I was collecting Yu-Gi-Oh! I used to buy a bunch of those really big boxes. And then what I would do is I'd sell some of the cards, like the super expensive ones that I didn't actually want for my decks. Or that I knew would just get nerfed immediately and erected. And that would basically always almost cover, or near enough cover the cost of the boxes. Just throw them onto eBay. No, this is where it doesn't look as nice. I forgot about this guy. Well, it's because I had so many different sets and models and stuff, and it wasn't that expensive to buy for sets, and you usually could be guaranteed to get them. If I didn't get the cards I wanted, then all I do is sell for rare cards that I did have to get the cards I wanted. So it was actually a surprisingly affordable hobby that sometimes, you know, gave profit. It's like, yeah. But it was quite often I'd just break even on these things, even if I did end up having to buy some cards myself. Surprisingly often I was really lucky and I got like a lot of the rare cards. But I often didn't get like the more common cards that I wanted, or at least I only got like one copy of them, so then I'd have to buy the common cards. But then I think by the time I was leaving, it was getting harder and harder to get booster boxes because, you know, basically scalpers who come in just to buy the booster boxes, then just to sell them, and they didn't really care about collecting the models themselves, the cards themselves. It's like, at least when I bought it, I was actually collecting the cards as well and making loads of decks. I got hundreds of decks. Oh. If you tell me anything about it, I will bludgeon you. Yeah, that's how I feel like it. I mean, 40k Prince Uriel is literally ready to duel. Yeah, a lot of the Eldar models, they have those, it's a force field generators that are on their arm. And it does look like a dual disc. People used to also play those decks. Look, playing the decks requires me to have... I played lots of my decks. I just had to play them against one another by myself because I got no friends. I actually did that a lot. I did have a friend who played Yu-Gi-Oh! But eventually he quit. I'm like, oh, you quit. And then when I found out he quit, I was like, why am I bothering collecting Yu-Gi-Oh? Because it's like, yeah, I found it kind of fun and I played by myself, but as soon as I like realised my friend didn't want to play anymore, it's like, I don't really care about it anymore. I'm very good at that. Like, I don't really care about most things. I usually just do things. It's like, if I think I've got a friend or do someone to talk to and it's like to share a common interest with them, I can get really, really invested into it. But as soon as like that common interest disappears for whatever reason, I'm like, okay, I don't care now. Oh, okay. Okay, everything's looking kind of nice. Gonna go now. Bye-bye. Dr. Smilex, I hope you have a good rest of your day. I remember to dream of cupcakes, but don't eat them. Don't eat them. Does anyone else have that thing where you can become incredibly invested into something, but it's very, very easy for you to stop being invested in it in like a drop of a hat? Like you can just literally flick a switch in your brain to be incredibly invested in something or just, you know, stop caring. Because I am too good at that. It scares me sometimes. Like, I know that's how I am even with Warhammer. How's my day? It's been going okay. I had a bit of a slow morning though. A lot slower than I would have really liked it to be. Yeah, it happens with ADHD people. It does. I thought that was more of an autism thing. Sounds like that ADHD test you took was a bit of waste of money. We could have just told you that was ADHD. Look, I always thought I don't have ADHD. It's partly because I'm relatively good at just like controlling those types of tendencies. And like forcing myself to act in a certain way anyway. And then just thinking that's kind of normal. Except recently I'm just realising, oh, that's not normal. People don't usually have these types of things. It's not usually hard for people to focus. There we go. Nah, but it's not watered down enough. Need to water it down more. That's a bit too roast chickeny. Yeah, I need to make sure this is very watered down when I'm putting it on. I don't want it becoming too prominent. You still read it wrong, to be fair. What's this? Sounds like the ADHD test was a bit of a waste of money. You could have just told them this story. Oh! Look, I got halfway through the sentence and I got bored and decided to finish it myself. ADHD, ha! I've now got something to blame, it's fine. Used to be very invested in World of Tanks, wanted to do YouTube for it. Then was... YouTube for it, was the deep in the weeds of it. Then Monster Hunter World came out and I dropped it so fast and never went back. Oh. I do this with a lot of books. I ignore my bookcase a month and one day I reread the whole Lord of the Rings trilogy in a weekend somehow. Yeah, I'm like that with reading sometimes. Although last time I read, I kind of scared myself by the fact that I barely ate or drank while I was reading for a series. Or slept. And it made myself really ill, but I was really just difficult to stop myself doing that. And then basically since then, I've not been able to pick up a book very well and just like get into reading it. I really want to read. I keep thinking maybe I should read, like, do you know, when I'm going to bed or whatever and just have it. But reading doesn't really help calm down my mind. It makes me too excited, but I can't sleep. I can't do what a lot of people do and just read when they're going to bed. Maybe I should read when I'm waking up, but then I won't get anything done because I'll just be reading all day. Oh, look how deep fried this chicken looks now. Maybe I should use known oil. I'm going to just check how it would look with known oil instead of aggressive shade. Why do I even write comments? I should just type whatever and then just let her explode into 1,000 pieces. She'd still read it wrong, to be fair. I would. Just go back over the original with yellow. Keep the dark in the recesses. I want to. But the issue is it's not really looking the way I want it to. Oh, maybe it actually is. Maybe that side is. It's a bit too orangey. That's the thing. I don't want that recesses to be as orangey as they are. Explosions! Can you guys stop talking about pygmy dogs? I love pygmy dogs as much as the rest of you, but there's 2 people in a row who just talked about pygmy dogs. Why are we talking about pygmy dogs? I'm joking. I know both of you typed comment. I was just like making up something about like you talking about pygmy. And now a third person. Look. 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 What we're talking about, I forgot. Comment about paint. Oh, I love paint. Painting models is really fun. I'm glad we love painting models. Oh yeah, what was everyone's favourite release then? Like, is anyone going to get anything of the new releases that were announced? Like, the Custodes. Yeah, I think this is looking nicer. Maybe that's too dark though for recesses here. Oh, I don't know. No, I'll go back to Agrex of Shade. Or maybe I should try the Nastrag Yellow. Let's look at what Nastrag Yellow looks like. The Siege box. The Siege box! Yeah! What about the new Siege terrain? Are you thinking about getting it? I really like the look of that. I kind of want to get some myself. I never realised how big it was. When I first saw it, I thought it was like this big. But then like they showed a picture of it next to the model. And I'm like, what? That's massive. Like, where is it? Where is it? Which one is it? This one. Like this. I thought that's small. Oh, where was it where they showed a pic? I don't think it was here. It's not in this box. It would be nice if it was. It's like the model came up to like here on it or something like that. Like, what? Yeah. That's a cool model. I like that model. Oh. Honestly, it. Like. Oh, wait, we don't have the videos here. No, we'll just click. Can I see like all of the preview stuff? No, it doesn't show me. No! God, I definitely want to get this Battle Force though. It looks so good. It looks so good. Oh. Why wouldn't you want that? Ooh, pre-orders. Oh yeah, how expensive is he? I want to know. I want to know. How expensive is he? 182 quid. 182 quid. Oh, 85. Oh, 85 quid for the new Skitarii battle group. That's pretty cool. £32.50 for Shelob. 30 quid for her. That's insane. And here's a resin model, but still. No, back soon. Sold out on 9. Cool stuff. So much squid for a model. It is. It's a very cool model. Not as big as I thought, though. Unless it is. Yeah, because that's just a normal Space Marine at his feet. That's a very nice shoulder pad, though. I do like how when they paint Forge Road models, though, they do go... They're given free reign to paint it how they want, and I do like that. Like, you can actually see just how skilled they are. Although I do think these bony boys here could be a bit better. Oh. Yeah. Oh, look at that. I like that. Angon transfigured. How many people are going to be playing this as their Angon Demon Prince in 40k? Probably no one. This feels like a display miniature with those wings. Like these types of resin rings, even if you magnetize them to the body, you have to remember that these spindly bits here will snap off very easily. I mean, you say it's a lot of skulls. Is it really enough skulls, though? Oh, so why does he have the Ogre Maw Tribe symbol on him? Like, isn't that the Maw Tribe thing? On his gut? Like, where is it? Age of Sigmar. Yeah, see, they've got it. They've got the more tribe symbol on the guts here. If a hand to a brute such as yourself, things snap. Look. Look. These wings will get caught on everything. This is a huge model. Like, that is a space marine at his feet. Huge model. That thing's gonna get caught. Wait. That thing is gonna get caught on so much stuff, like the fabric of the clothes, all sorts. Now, forge-rolled resin is softer than like other forms of resin. So it's not like as brittle as like a 3D printed sort of stuff. There is flex to it. It's not an infinite amount of flex though. It's not elastic. It's not very elastic. I can just imagine it snapping, especially with all of these spikes and stuff as well. But the main reason being is that it's more brittle than plastic is, and it's also a lot heavier than plastic is. So it's like with plastic, you catch something on plastic and you drag the entire model with you, and it like gets caught very easily. With resin though, it's a lot heavier, so you get it caught on something, and the force of a model being so heavy can just hold it back, and the piece just snaps off instead, or bends. So yeah, that's the issue with these types of things. I've heard some people say they want to replace the rings, in which that's also fair enough. Okay, now how does the iodine yellow, not iodine, Nastrag yellow, watered down feel on this? So I just whacked a microphone filter with my glasses. Need to move my thing away. Nah, either way will be fine. I just need to make sure it's very watered down aggressive shade. Because I don't want it being too dark, because this thing's not too dark. And I like that colour scheme. It doesn't have to be perfect though, so it's fine. Yeah. Iodine yellow. I might get a unit of custodies just to, you know, build and paint. Or like a character. I'm also kind of just hoping that they eventually do relent and give us custodies and Imperial agents. I feel like custodies and Imperial agents could fix so many issues for Imperial agents. Like, I could take a unit of custodians. I've got heavy infantry that can actually do stuff, as it hits harder than Grey Knight halberds. That's the issue with, you know, Grey Knights being added to Imperial agents. The alternative thing, I think, is that you should have the ability to code requisition or something, and this allows you to take. There should just be certain models and units and whatever that you can take from various armies and put them into your Imperial Agents force. And maybe you can only have 250 points. Like, in fact, a quarter of your points, no more than that, can be spent on requisitioning units from other armies. I could also fix stuff like that. That way you could just put a unit of Grey Knights into your army. You could also bring in a Dreadnought. Or a Rogel Dawn. If the points allowed. Ooh, we replied. That's very nice. So I got a reply, a notification that someone replied to a message I sent about a request I was making to commission somebody. And it took them a while to reply. It's fair, they've probably been busy. She was doing the allying rule, but in reverse. Yeah, that could be a case. Like, if they can be allied into any other force, it'll be really fun if, like, any other Imperial army could ally into... Oh, no! 3 new detachments. 3 new detachments for Agents of Imperium. Demon hosts. You can ally to, like, I don't know, like at 1,000 points, you can ally 200 points in. At 2,000 points, you can ally 400 points in. And at 3,600 points in of demons. That would be so fun. And then, Ordo Xenos, you can ally Eldar or Necron units into your army, or orcs. And then just like Inquisition, normal stuff, and you can ally pretty much any Space Marine, Custody, or Imperial Guard unit into your army. An Imperial Agent's army can requisition an amount of Imperium units depending on its battle size. Yeah! That would be really fun. Oh. Okay. There you go. That would be... I don't know, maybe that would be silly. I do kind of like that, because that's very... We need demon hosts. Agents of Inquisition are definitely... Out of all of the factions, it's probably the faction that's, like, missing the most stuff at the moment. Like, you are by... Everything about it just feels unfinished. Like, it feels like you should be able to add custodians into there. It feels like you should have more Arbite units and Navy units. Feels like you should have Inquisitorial Rogal Dawns. There's just so much of the army where it's like... It feels just incomplete. And yeah, and for so many things missing, we've don't have a weaponsmith. We don't even have a generic Inquisitor anymore. We don't have the demon hosts anymore. It's like... There's just so much that we're missing. They could literally attach that to the current army rule and it would make it so much better. It would. Well, that's the thing. It just feels like Imperial agents. They don't spend any time on. They've not really quality cared it at all. Other than to make it so it's not going to be overpowered, allying it into other armies. And that's about it. It's like even the character, for one model we've had recently, that wasn't like a special release model, is just the one Inquisitor character who everyone hated because it just did him so dirty. Like, yeah, he needed an update. But a better update than that. I'm hoping now, like, they've got all the profits and stuff, and they feel like splashing out more money onto all sorts of cool things. I'm hoping that means more stuff for things like Grey Knight, and you know for other armies that are just left out. in for rain a little bit. It's clear that they are thinking about Grey Knights, even if they're not making much models and stuff of them. Like, when it comes to lore and stuff, and from appearing in things, and getting for own games, bring 3 Grey Knight units and the Agent Codex, and bring a unit of sword dudes and a baby carrier. Like, here, wait, what's this, sorry? Like, yeah, you can bring 3 Grey Knight models. Those can benefit from the detachment rules. They can also requisition, let's say, 2 Grey Knight units at 2,000 points. Yeah, that would be cool. Bring 3 Grey Knight units out from the Agent's Codex and bring a unit of sword dudes and a baby carrier. That would be cool. Similar like with Deathwatch, you could do the same sort of thing. Gosh, these guys are so... I've been... Every time I'm trying to move these guys and I've been dusting and stuff, I keep catching their claws on like metal clasps off my finger, keep nearby them. Those claws just really catch things, and all the little points of it means they really grip onto it. Yeah, Deathwatch's agents is just regular squad. They have like 5 different kill team data sheets. Yeah, I think all of them are legends for inquisitorial agents, but you can just make a... Well, if you don't want to go inquisitorial agents, you can just make a Deathwatch army now. And all of the army lists, none of them are in legends for Deathwatch. And that's cool. I think the Deathwatch army as it stands now is really nice. It can't have a lot of vehicles in though, it can it? I can't remember what it can actually have in and what it can't. At least they did go back and actually give us a proper Deathwatch. I'm really glad about that. And when they did that, they actually gave us a relatively decent Deathwatch, especially for new kill team. Deathwatch ran as Marines can take whatever, to be honest. People running Gladius, Blackspear, or that new one with the Auspex scan stuff. Oh yeah, the Auspex scan one. I like that. Yeah. Oh, that's actually looking okay. That wing. Maybe I should get a proper brush out though for dry brushing. Like one that's designed for dry brushing. If I find yellow is not a good colour to dry brush. You don't get enough pigment on your brush for it. Ugh. Because send the Deathwatch squads carries us back to a line, buff the other kill teams and make them even more killy. Yeah! I still want to use the Death Watch rules, but with a Librarian Conclave. I think, yeah, Librarian Conclave, Death Watch rules, ally in an Inquisitor. I go for Librarians leading Death Watch squads. The Spectre squads in particular. And it's just such a fun army to have. It's so stupid. I imagine it'd be super nice. Basically, it's just an army that it just teleports around the battlefield.
Time to lay a brick by brick to in a cupcake.
What? Native Engine, is that you? Yeah, it is. No, don't wall in a cupcake. Cupcakes are friends. You don't wall in your friends. The cupcakes can just teleport to safety. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We can just jump to safety when in danger like that by people like Native Engine. So mean. Oh. Yeah. By the way, if you ever want, look at the Spectre's kill team for Death Watch. Look at the Librarian Conclave detachment rule. Put in a Librarian in Phobos armor inside the unit. Take 3 units. You're welcome. If you want to know how the rules go, it goes like this. New recruit. Where's new recruit? I did the list a while ago. Seekers of Solace, Death Watch. Oh no, if we went Black Spear Task Force, we didn't go Librarian Conclave and VN for them. Why did I go for the Dread Spear? I think it's just because it's more powerful. At the start of your command phase, you can select one mission's tactic until the next command phase. That mission's tactic is active and effects applied to all units from your army. Sustained hit. By the way, yeah, if you go Spectre's kill team, right? Scouts, 6 inches, infiltrators. Pretty cool stuff. They get the Oath of Moment as well. Pretty nice. If a character from your army with a leader ability can attach to an infiltrator squad, it can attach to this. And it gains infiltrators and scouts. Spectre's Doctrine. At the end of the opponent's turn, if this unit is more than 6 inches away from an enemy unit, you can move this unit from the battlefield and place it in strategic reserve. Helix Gauntlet, give them all feel no pain. Instigate to Bolt Carbine. If in your shooting phase, after this unit has shot, the unit can take a normal move, and if it does, until the end of a turn, it can't charge. Shooting phase. So, when it's got Librarian in Phobos armor, while this unit is leading while this model is leading a unit, models in that unit have stealth and cannot be targeted by range attacks unless they're within 12 inches. And then it also gives some 4+ feel no pain against psychic attacks. Then give it Beacon and Jealous. Adeptus Astartes model only. Models in this bearer's unit have a deep strike ability. In addition, you can target the bearer's unit with rapid ingress for 0 command points. That means I can be like, okay, I'm just going to shoot you up over here. I'm going to deep strike this unit behind you, your back line. You can't react to it at all. By the time you get close enough to react to it, I'm going to take my unit off the battlefield and then I'm going to deep strike it somewhere else. It's insane. It's just like the ultimate screw you, and you can give them paired combat blades, force weapons. Where's this? Oh yeah, you can give them, if you really wanted to, the last few seal. But you can just give them like weapons that have lethal hits, heavy, strength 5, AP -1, 2 attacks. Oh, it's stupid. It's stupid. Give them a bunch of precision weapons. Yeah. So my entire army basically follows the idea that it follows this idea that every single person, for some reason within this small chapter, is psychic, and no one knows why. And only psychers can actually survive being, like, if someone tries becoming one of their battle brothers, like, they just die if they're not psychic. No one knows why. No one can survive the initiation process unless they're psychic. And some people even develop psychic abilities during the initiation process. So one of the reasons why they have an Inquisitor is the Inquisitor came to them to, like, investigate them for heresy. But they are apparently salamanders, like successor chapter. Or if that's what, you know, people think, what they think. But as a result, their numbers are incredibly small. And every single unit has to have, like, a psychic character placed into it. But what they do is, like, they open warp gates and stuff and teleport down onto planets. Like, flaming warp gates. Blast people up, disappear as quickly as they came. So, like, you're just building Thousand Suns a long way around. Normal Marines go to psychic directing, basically. Although, the idea is, it's not a psyker leading them around. The psyker's there to basically give the entire unit the psychic keyword. And kind of it is just a psyker leading them around, but lore-wise, it's meant to represent the entire unit is actually psychic. And the person in charge of it is just, like, the most skilled of the unit. Well, there's only like 50 or 60 battle brothers in the entire chapter, because, you know, it's very hard to get new recruits. So they, trying to defend the little bit of space they're actually in, they have to... They have to fight smart. So they're all about, you know, quick attacks to take out the enemy command. The one thing they do have is I use the Demon Host legend rules with them. From the Inquisitor stuff and Armigers. And this represents some, like, bringing in the battle brothers of the past, the fallen battle brothers to aid them. Who take the form of, like, hounds and flaming hounds and dragons. 1,000 cupcakes. 1,000 cupcakes. Every like on this stream is another cupcake for the Cupcake Legion. Most like stream in history. I wished I lived near you guys. I had broadband internet to play games. I've not started that chapter at all. I kind of want to. Okay, how is that looking? It looks okay. Why does it look so orange on the camera though? I never understand. It doesn't look that orange in real life. It looks more grey. Not as saturated. Maybe if I turn the saturation down of the camera, maybe that will help. Okay, move this over here. Configure video. Is it the saturation? Do I have to turn it down? Or is it the hue? I'll just turn the saturation down to about 57. That looks more accurate to the colour of the model. Still a bit orangey. Not as bad. But now other things look a bit too washed out, you know? You came in late. What are you painting? Tyranids! This is a Tyranid Warrior Prime, and these are from Ryan Lepus. And this is the colour scheme we paint. It's the ones who were painting ages ago. It's just... I never had a chance to paint them after. But I say never had a chance. I've been ill. I've been ill. Unfortunately, a lot of my illness causes dizziness or the inability to sit down for the lengths of time that I need to finish these models. But I could need to make excuses for not painting. I don't need to make excuses for not painting. It's my life. I'm joking. I'm joking. I make excuses to myself. I'm like, I need to paint more, but I'm not. Why not? Because you're useless. You're a useless fool. Useless fool. That's what I'm like. I'm like, no, you're so mean. I'm like, because you're mean. It's like, that's true. That's true. This music's very relaxing. Gosh, I need to move my microphone out my way. Gotta lean in, I'm not whacking it with my glasses. Don't take a cupcake away from her, she'll get very angry. I'll get angry. I've never been angry in my life. What does even anger mean? Never. Me, angry, impossible. Impossible, I say. Oh gosh, I just messed up here with this. It's fine. I can fix it later. I'll fix it in post. I'm not sure you know what fix it in post means. I'll fix it in post. Actually, fix it in post literally is, I think, the correct statement here. Basic, it just means fix it afterwards. It means post-editing, like that's what they usually refer to, but I'm pretty sure you could probably have it work for just I'll fix it later. And it will actually still be grammatically correct. I'm not sure. Post-production. After production. Fix it in post, fix it afterwards. It's like, oh my gosh, you do know what post means. Yeah, I'm going all postal on this. Okay, you don't know what that means. Takes out gun. Oh, you do know what that means. Never mind. You know, why do I let myself talk to myself like that? You know, I get into really weird subjects sometimes. Oh, I was thinking about a scene or like a story I'm writing. I'm like, it's too good. The scene is too good. It hurts. It's so good. It's basically, you know, people defending a planet. Right? It's like a speech one of the characters will say before basically doing the long march to meet the enemy. Okay, how is this looking? Maybe I went a bit overboard with going back over in yellow. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I can go back over in iron yellow if needs be. In certain areas. But we'll get all the blue done before doing that. What time is it? It's 10 minutes past 7. So we did all the iron and yellow. I mean, most of it's looking okay now. I think we'll focus on getting just blues done next time. And then we can figure out if I need to do more yellow work. Yeah. I'll try doing stuff off stream of figuring out what needs to be done. Oh, maybe this one needs more Averland sunset on. Take all the cupcakes. No, don't take any of the cupcakes! My friends, not food. Don't take them. You can't just take your friends. You have to leave them. Okay. Okay, what do I want to do? What do I do? I want to give everyone a big love heart. Yeah, big old love hearts to you all. And Mai's live. Tama is live. She's drawing. Do you want to see someone drawing? We can raid Tama. We'll raid Tama. I don't do enough raid, you know. Don't forget to like the stream. Don't forget to do that because that's important. It's it helps me out. It makes me feel good about myself when I see good likes. It makes me feel bad when I don't see many. There we go. Tama. Tama. So we'll do a cupcake raid. Cupcake. No, that's not a cupcake. Cupcake. Cupcake raid. Yeah, we'll send a raid over to Tama. She's drawing. She's doing some cool arty art because she's a good old artist. She's a good artist. So send her some love. Do a cupcake raid. Make sure you have a good rest of your day. Take care of yourself. Be and you know, be kind to others and vice versa. All that good stuff. Dream of cupcakes, but don't eat for cupcakes of friends, not food. And eat well, sleep well. Goodbye, everyone. Love you all. And we've got more tomorrow. Same time tomorrow. Yeah. More painting. We are. Oh, silliness.